Forget everything you learned in Economics 101. Seriously, toss it out. We're all taught that physical distance dictates trade. You know the drill. More miles mean higher costs, and higher costs mean less business. Distance equals friction, right? Well, what if I told you that rule is completely wrong? What if the economic geography we rely on is just a total illusion? So ask yourself, do logistics and shipping lanes actually dictate wealth? Think again. The real engine of our global economy isn't sitting on a massive freight truck. It's totally invisible. It's built on human relationships, migrants moving around, and deep corporate ties. And honestly, it shatters everything we thought we knew about how trade works. 4 times. That's the real multiplier here. We're talking about a massive surge in trade that has absolutely nothing to do with cheap shipping or faster transit times. This staggering boost comes from a completely different kind of infrastructure, the infrastructure of trust. Part 1. The distance illusion. Shattered. Old school economics is rigid. It says distance equals high costs, which equals low trade. Boom, simple. But the data reveals a shocking new reality we call network economics. When you combine migrant populations with corporate links, you get a massive flow of information. And guess what? Information generates crazy high trade. Human connections completely crush physical geography. Forget about physical highways for a second. Trade actually pulses through human nodes. Researchers dug into a massive dataset of internal trade across 94 different French regions. By looking only inside a single country, they stripped away international borders to see what actually makes commerce tick on a fundamental level. The result? Social networks literally rewrite economic gravity. It's wild. Moving to part 2, trade's hidden trump card. The true barrier to trade, it's not the toll booth. It's information costs. Now, what does that actually mean in the real world? It means zero trust. It means flying blind when it comes to local consumers and retailers. Knowing exactly who to sell to is vastly more valuable than scoring a discount on freight. Invisible information barriers are what actually paralyze markets. Part 3. The shocking multiplier effect. The hard data on this is just mind-bending. Let's say the baseline trade between 2 regions is just 1x. If you add a social network of migrant workers into the mix, trade literally doubles, 2x. But corporate plant links, when businesses physically connect across regions, trade doesn't just double, it quadruples, 4x. Business networks absolutely dominate physical geography, no contest. To really put this into perspective, let's look globally. A very famous study showed that the massive ethnic Chinese network boosted international trade by a super impressive 60%. But now, look at internal French trade. Even without the friction of international borders, local migrant networks boost trade by anywhere from 73 to over 100%. These internal multipliers are astonishingly powerful. Part 4. Trust crushes freight costs. Here is the flawless logic of how networks actually operate. Step 1. People and manufacturing plants move to new regions. Step 2. Because they embed themselves locally, those stubborn information barriers instantly drop. Step 3. Opportunism is killed. Contracts are enforced by reputation now, not just slow, expensive courts. You cheat someone, the network punishes you. Step 4. Trade explodes. Trust is literally the ultimate substitute for logistics. The data simply doesn't lie. Corporate networks are 100% about pure information flow. We aren't just talking about a homesick migrant buying their hometown cheese. No, this is pure, ruthless business intelligence. The fact that plant networks outperform social networks proves one massive point. Hard market knowledge dominates simple consumer preference every single time. Part 5. Imperfections in perfection. All right, reality check time. Are there blind spots in this study? Yeah, of course. The researchers fully admit it's tough to perfectly untangle every single variable. For example, people moving in and out of a region often travel together, which makes the data a bit messy. Plus, there are hidden ties we just can't measure. And yeah, the line between buying a regional good out of cultural preference versus just having information about it, it gets blurred. But listen, even with these academic blind spots, the underlying signal remains absolutely deafening. Part 6. How expensive is your network? Here is the final staggering statistic. Apply these findings to your own reality for a second. Once you factor in your actual human and corporate networks, the penalty of physical distance shrinks by a massive 2/3. Literally 66% of the geographic barrier just vanishes. Physical distance is mostly just the cost of not knowing anyone. So I'm going to leave you with this provocative thought. If physical distance is largely an economic illusion, if miles on a map matter vastly less than the nodes in your contact lists, how much is your network really worth today? It's not just a nice-to-have asset. It is the ultimate currency of global trade. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and seriously, start building those networks.